Today I'm going to show you how to make Plarn. Plarn is plastic yarn and I make it out of single-use plastic grocery bags. So the first thing you do is you get one of your bags and you want to flatten it out as much as possible. Okay. It's okay if it's not completely flat. Plarn is very forgiving. So what you're going to do is fold it lengthwise once, flatten it down, twice, flatten it, and a third time, and flatten it. Then you take fabric scissors and we're going to cut the top and the bottom off. And these can be discarded. You can use them as stuffing for other projects or recycle them. And then what we do is we have our folded Plarn, and then the length we're going to do is about 1/2 inch to an inch. So we take our scissors, cut, and I usually get anywhere, let's see how many strips I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 3, 6, 9, 13. So from one bag I got 13 strips of Plarn. Now the next thing is you unravel it. So we have this wide loop, and then you take a second one and unravel that. Now we're going to tie them together. So you take the loop in your right hand and put it on top of the loop in your second hand. Take your thumb and push it through, then pull it all the way. Now the key that I found with Plarn is you want a nice small knot. So what I like to do is kind of take my finger and roll the Plarn, and then you get a really small knot, and that makes crocheting it a lot easier. So then we continue, and when I get to this end, we want it to be straight. So I roll it so it's nice and easy to make the knot. Take another one, strip in your left hand, goes on the bottom, strip on the right, goes on top, push it through with your thumb, pull it. Now before you tighten the knot, what I do is I grasp it with my right hand and go all the way to the end of that second one. So I make sure that it's straight. And then once I do that, then you tighten it and make your nice small knot. And then you just continue with the rest of your strips. Now it's important when you're doing these knots that you don't want to pull too hard, because it is plastic and it will stretch and break. So I'll just show you what happens if you stretch it too much. It breaks. If this happens, it's really no big deal. Plarn is very forgiving. So what I like to do in case it snaps or if I cut it wrong is I can just tie it in a knot, tie it off, and then cut off the excess. And then you have a loop again. Once you have finished using all of your plastic strips, then it's time to wind the Plarn into a ball like this. So what I like to do is I like to wrap it around my 2 fingers, pull my fingers out, kind of pinch it, and then just wrap it. And it doesn't really matter what way you do this. You just find a way that works best for you and whatever's easiest you do. So as I wrap it, I kind of rotate the Plarn in my hand so you'll wind up with a nice round ball of Plarn that's very easy to use when you're crocheting. Oops. Now I usually stop wrapping when I'm left with 1 loop left, and that just makes it easier to continue adding more plastic strips on. So I'm going to add 4 bags onto here, so that will get me probably something the size of my fist. So I'll put this aside and then get my other bags out. Now, one way you can make it go a little faster is to stack multiple bags on top of each other. I'll show you that. And the same way we folded 1, we'll fold 2. So here's my little ball of Plarn, and when I tie it off, because you don't want it unraveling everywhere, that just makes a mess, I like to stick my finger underneath the Plarn and then wrap it around and then just grab the loose strand and pull it tight. So this is how you make plastic yarn or Plarn. It's very easy to do. You don't need a lot of materials, and it's a great way to remove single-use plastics from the environment and to put them to use as something functional and even fashionable. In upcoming videos, I will show you what to do with this Plarn and some of the projects that you can make with it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.